Hey there, folks. We are riding high off the back of our success in the FA Cup, and we are looking to take firm control of the chase, the Slovak First Division. Today, we are looking to take 3 points at home against, yeah, you guessed it, it's Spartak Trnava. Fingers crossed. We'll also be looking to check in on our old club in Japan, Y.S.C.C. Yokohama, so stick around for that. Let's go. Ideme Slovan. Hello, folks. Hope you're all on good form, and you are most welcome back to the latest episode of my Slovan Bratislava save. I've actually lost track now of what number episode we are actually on, but nonetheless, let's get into it. So, last game that you were with me was the resounding 3-1 victory against Trnava in the Slovak Cup final. We then followed that up with a 3-1 win against Žilina. It was a little bit nervy to an extent. We went 2-0 up, and then Evangelou gave away a needless penalty when uh, the opposition player was going nowhere in the penalty box, and Akonyaro converted the penalty just before half time. But Ilic puts things to bed with a third goal in the 61st minute. Crucially, what happened in the game that Trnava played against Ružomberok was that, and I actually yelled out when I saw the update. They were 1-0 up, but there was an equaliser in the 86th minute. So what that does to the league table is what it means is if we win today, because we will have a better record against Trnava. That means that we will, no matter what happens in the last game against Trentin, we will win the league. So yeah, plenty to play for in today's episode. So fingers crossed we can put certainly this the kind of fixture element, the live matches element to bed in this episode. Because if we win today, then there is very little point in showing you a victory possession match against Trentin as well as they are doing. So they are a team to take seriously for sure. But if we've won the league, we've won the league. So this is the team that we're going to go with today. It's the usual culprits in the back five. We've got Mrožek, Say, Meshik, Barnes, and Mitsuda. In defence, we are going to play Shvedersky. Potentially, in fact, no, we're going to make a change. We're going to put Hussein Basic in, who's been playing decent-ish, alongside Koshic Koval, who came on in the last game. And the first thing he did was he created an assist for Ilic by whipping a ball in to be headed. So we're going to go with them. Good run on the right. We're going to play Ilic on the left to reward him for his goal. And we're going to play Mislovic in the hole behind Karash up top, who, yeah, he's been, he's got an assist and he's been on otherwise good form. So he's going to keep Leonard out, who is also, in fairness to him, he scored 2 goals against Žilina. So that does create a bit of a potential selection issue. So I'm going to row back on that. I'm going to play him as a shadow striker and see what happens with that. Is that a good idea? Yes or no? We shall see. Yeah, why not? Why not go for it? We're gonna go for it. Yeah. So let's see if we can just blow these guys out of the water. Mihailovsky is troubled by not being included, but quite frankly, sir, you have not played well enough to justify inclusion. Okay, there are boys. Yeah, feeling confident but they are to be taken seriously. This duo of Ristovski and Ofori up top is quite problematic, but we have plenty of quality players to keep their back line honest as well. So fingers crossed that we can emerge with a victory today. Meshik has gone straight out, no messing around. But Trnava still have the ball. I'm conscious that last time we did. No, you need to give the ball there. Oh, he's still got it. Oof, jeez. Okay, right. Hopefully we can head. Yeah, we can win the ball in midfield. Illich has now got the ball. Courtesy of Leonard and Gudrum. Yes, and that's what he does. That is what he does. He's some lad, that Gudrum. I'm really glad I brought him in. I wasn't sure about bringing English lads into this division. I think maybe being an English speaker myself, um, and knowing how difficult Slovak is as a language, and I don't know, maybe I saw my own struggles and difficulties, and but Gudrum has really acquitted himself well this season. He has been. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't considered to be signing of the season. So Žilina are beating Trenčín and Žombrok will beat Dunajská Streda, who have really they had a cracking game against Trenčín actually. So for as much as I'm saying they're falling away, I think they beat them 5-3. They were constantly behind and then pegging them back, and then just went on a tear late on. Um, so Trenčín have now equalised. So yeah, all looking pretty good here so far. We're losing the battle for possession, but in fairness, they haven't done anything with it yet. And we are peppering. Can I say peppering if we've had 6 shots and 4 on target in the first half an hour? Probably not. I think peppering is maybe going a bit far, but we are certainly keeping the goalkeeper reasonably busy. Okay, we have another highlight. Let's hope we can win this ball in midfield. Yeah, we've picked up the second ball and that has gone nowhere, but Gudrum is going to pick up the header and crosses it in. And okay, I mean, he won the ball, yeah, but maybe he went through Leonard. Anyway, there's no VAR in this in Slovakia, and Leonard converts it, so we have a 2-goal cushion. Let's see if we can keep that going into half time. I see no reason to not maintain the gegenpress at the moment. It seems to be working well. Trnava are, maintaining some possession, and they do have a highlight potentially here from across. There's Hilary Gong, who was such a danger in the cup, and Rozek has made a good save. It could well be Rozek. I have no idea. I'll have to talk to my wife, or if any Slovak speakers are watching, perhaps you could let me know in the comments to what extent or how far I am mispronouncing our goalkeeper's name. Anyway, nothing came of those corners, so it looks as though we're going to go in 2 goals to the good at half time, which is absolutely marvellous. Lots of shots on target. I'm happy. I'm happy with that suggestion from the assistant manager, and off we go. No messing around. We are straight out. So at this point, if there is a trophy lift today, I'm not sure if it happens today, the game that we actually seal the title, or whether it will happen in the final home game of the season. But maybe we shouldn't be counting our chickens before they have hatched. We still have a game to win. I'm hopeful, though, that there might be a trophy left today to go with this episode. That'd be quite a nice way to finish things off. But, oof, there was a shot from around about the edge of the area there, which was not especially accurate. We Trnava are feeling their way into this game, so we do have to be careful. But Calvas is through, and the keeper makes a really good save. That was a really well worked opportunity there from us. Let's see if Say can whip in one of his effective crosses. He can't, it's headed away, but Barnes has got it, not the guy that you necessarily want to cross a ball as a centre back. But he is a ball playing centre back, so he knows what to do. Oh, hello. Goodrum with a free kick, about 25 yards out. Oh, and that's a good save. I thought we might have been able to pounce on that rebound there, but unfortunately not. Okay, we are at 65 minutes. Let's assess the condition of the players. I think we're going to keep them going a little bit longer before we start to ring the changes for the last 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, right, Koshitz Koval, you have done fairly well, but let's bring on Duda to replace you, and Kalas. I think, yeah, we'll bring on Kamara. He doesn't have the best conditioning mind, but we can do that. I think that will be fine. Okay, we'll do that for the moment. We'll let it tick over a little bit more. Okay, right. Now we can see the people who are really starting to tire. So we don't want anything nasty to happen in the last 10 minutes, so we're going to start to make a few more changes. Right, let's bring on Shvedowski, and let's bring on Marco, and I think we'll bring on Datko, and all we've got to hope for now is that there are no injuries, but in the last 10 minutes nothing horrible happens. Jean Baroque are 2 up against Strada. And Gillinard beating Tlensin again, which is nice going into the final game because Tlensin, well, there might be a wounded animal and they might have something to play for still because it is still very nip and tuck for that second spot. But we do have the trophy lift, so we are champions of Slovakia. What a glorious day. We have done the double. So all in all, that is a really, really good first season in Slovakia, I would say. We overachieved, not by much, granted, but we did overachieve by not only did we qualify for the Europa Conference League proper, but we got out of it via the playoffs. And we gave a good account of ourselves against Bruges, who last time I checked were, I think they're in the semi-finals. And I think they're playing Cologne in the semi-finals, or they had played Cologne. I think they were 1 up after the first leg. Okay, and that confirms it that no matter what happens in the final game against Trentin, we are the champions of Slovakia. Obviously, we want to do a job there. We don't want anyone to think that we squeaked it. So let's have a look. I'm curious now as to, yeah, so Club Brugge are in the final. So essentially we lost to the finalists. So no matter what happens here, I think that was a reasonable showing. Obviously, the next thing that we need to do is we need to try and get some money into the coffers. We are guaranteed a minimum of 2.4, best part 2.4 million transfer budget. We have been doing some work, which I will share with you in the next episode in terms of transfers coming in, but we have been picking up essentially end of contract players. But we may want to do some more business just to improve the general quality of this particular team. We do have a goalkeeper coming in, Ted Kurd. Um, we I think we have got a left back coming in, but not until the end of the season. He is currently on loan at his former club, but he is very much a prospect for the future. We have got another Serbian. I do like me a Serbian, Miloslav Slavljevic. Miloslavljevic. I'm butchering that. He does look decent. He really does look decent. Um, so that kind of bolsters us in terms of centre backs. Although I think I would like an improvement on Evangeli, and it looks like a Saudi Arabian club are interested in him, but he is not worth an awful lot in terms of transfer fees. I think we've got a decent centre midfield. I think that we might be able to do something in terms of attacking midfield. Tyler Goodrum is just an absolute legend. We've got another player who can play either flank, and from memory, he's both footed. He's got a fairly strong right foot, so he can go either way. And I'm pretty happy with our top line. Kamara may well go if someone meets his minimum minimum fee release clause. That's what I want to say, which is just a touch over $500,000. So there is definitely some work to do. There are some players that I've got my eye on. I'm really conscious of the fact that I'm going to end up with an overabundance of foreign players, and I can only have 5 in a matchday squad at any time. So it may well be that some of these players just don't really kind of get a look in. I'm thinking that Silla is especially vulnerable to that. And we do need to bring in some European Union / Slovakian boys. So I think, so I think in terms of where next, the next episode I will be updating you on our progress with the transfer window, and yeah, just kind of like what I'm up to in terms of improving the squads, because we will have Champions League qualification to contend with, and if we got to a point where we struggled in the Europa Conference League against a team like Club Brugge, who I don't even think they were involved in the Champions League. No, they went right the way through the Europa Conference League qualifiers. So they've done very, very well. But I'm very, very conscious that it will be a whole new level of quality in the Champions League qualifying rounds. But that is the goal. We want to qualify for the Champions League. We want to get that money. We want to bring in better quality players. We want to be able to sell. We're probably going to be a selling club for a while until I can start bringing in some wonder kids, get the scouting sorted out, because I don't think. Oh, well, I don't know where that came from. We've got we've got scouting vacancies that I didn't even know about. Well, there we are. Well, I never. Let's play some adverts for that right now. We've also got vacancies here. This has happened. This must have happened purely by virtue of the fact that yeah, they have. That's very, very sneakily kind of gone in, and but maybe not. Maybe that's not a recent thing. Maybe that's just a complete oversight on my part. I genuinely can't remember, and I'm probably not going to go back to other videos to see whether or not I did have extra spaces for scouts and physios, but I don't think I did. Anyway, enough of me blathering on. So hopefully we can improve. produce the scout. Hopefully, we can improve the scouting, so we can scout a little bit wider. We need the budget for that, so we can start bringing in some wonder kids, sell them for a profit, get more money, increase the capacity of the stadium, which I think can go up to 30,000. So these are all things that in the stadium is like a medium to long term thing, but we just want to be reliably qualifying for the Champions League and then seeing what kind of damage we can do in terms of improving the squad. But I am obviously super happy that I made the move from Y.S.C.C. Yokohama. Let's do a quick look at what they are doing. So they got, I did look at this a while ago, they got knocked out by Shimizu in the Asian Champions League quarterfinal. They were 3-1 up away from home after the first leg, and then they basically the score got reversed when they were at home, and Shimizu won on penalties, which is altogether a very sad picture. What is also equally sad is that they have really not had a good first half of the league season. They are down in 13th, 6 points behind 5th. Last season, I believe, they finished 4th. Yeah, they finished 4th, so they were 10 points off Uwara, who won the league. So, yeah, a bit of a troubling picture there in terms of their transfer history. Let's see if there are any familiar people. So it looks like, oh my gosh, they got rid of Frank Onyeka. He went to Portland for just a touch under £1 million. Al Shamari went to Yamagata for not very much. Who else have we got here? They eventually got rid of Tama. He went to Fukuoka. Wait, was it? He could have been one of my. He could have been one of my sales. I don't think I got rid of Al Shamari though. Dylan Skikluna has gone to Perth Glory on loan. They finally found a loan for him. So yeah, I don't think. Saito. Oh yeah, here's one of mine. So I don't think they've actually brought anyone in from the looks of things. Well, that's kind of what happens when you don't invest in the squads. You're going to stand still, aren't you? Right. Anyway, on that sad note, yeah, we'll keep an eye on what's happening with Y.S.C.C. Yokohama. But on also a positive note, I think it's been a good move. I was a bit worried about it, I won't lie, to begin with, but all's well that ends well. So thank you very much for watching, as always, folks, and I will see you very, very soon with an update on how I am developing the squad, if at all. All right, bye bye.